Hi, I'm Jared Krause, and if you're like me, you're wanting to buy a website business with little to almost no risk. The truth is, there's always risk, but there are different levels of risk. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 of the biggest red flags or risks I look for before I even decide to spend time doing due diligence. For the best advice on how to buy an online business that's past that 90% failure rate that all startups face and has a proven track record that it's making money every single month, hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you can get updated when I upload new videos about this every single week. Now, I've helped countless of people buy website businesses, and I look at due diligence almost every single day. I've looked at hundreds, if not thousands of website businesses, done so much due diligence, and I can clearly see what the biggest red flags are, which is why I want to highlight what those red flags are in this video. First and foremost, let's talk about what a red flag actually is. So traditionally, people will come and join my community and start learning how to do due diligence, and they'll come in with this belief system that if they find a red flag, they actually just run away and drop the business like a hot potato and try and find something else. However, what I like to do is I like to understand that a red flag is just something that you need to understand further and get more information about. You need to become conscious of this red flag. It's like anything in life. If you're not conscious of something that could be a risk, then it can end up being very, very bad. But if you become conscious of it, then you can start treating that risk, just like if you an illness or a disease. So you need to ensure you can become conscious of this red flag by digging deeper and getting more information about it before you just decide, cool, that's a red flag, I'm off and away, and you drop that business. That means if you do that, you're unconscious of what that red flag actually means, and you could have just run away from a really good investment just because you didn't go further and do some deeper digging. The first thing, what's the first red flag that I try and look for before I go away and do due diligence? Now, that is single source dependency on traffic. So if a website has just one major source of traffic coming to it, that is a massive risk. Now, a lot of people own content websites and other particular businesses where they get most of their traffic from one single source, like Google organic search engine traffic, or maybe they're doing paid marketing and they're getting all of their traffic and sales from one particular marketing platform like Google Ads, or even Facebook ads, Instagram, or whatever the platform is. Now, what I like to look for is see if a site is single source dependency on that, and how dependent are they and how risky that platform is. For example, if they are getting all of their traffic just from Google, do they have a social media account or another search engine that they can start tapping into to get more traffic to come into the business to hedge that risk and minimize that risk? And or if it's as an e-com business and they're doing all their marketing via Facebook, can you see that they've got another campaign that they just haven't really put ad spend into on Google or maybe Instagram or another ad platform, that if something was to happen from that major source of traffic, they were able to minimize that risk and make the business more bulletproof. This is very, very important for me, and why it's the first thing that I look for, which is single source dependency for traffic. Now, I got a question for you guys. What red flags do you come across often when you're doing your website due diligence and or when you're looking for websites to buy? Let me know what those red flags are in the comments so I can highlight those in another video if you wish. Now, what's the next red flag that I look for? That's single source dependency again, but it's single source dependency on revenue. So let me give you a few examples. For a content website, is a content website single source dependent on one affiliate program? If so, what can you do if you were to become the new owner of this business to hedge that and minimize that risk by getting affiliated with other affiliate programs, or even going directly to the retailers and bargaining for a higher commission rather than going through the middleman, which is the affiliate program? This is something that I look for, because if you were to lose all of your traffic from one single source and you had a single source dependency on revenue as well, and something happened to that commission, right? Or they just removed that, supply that you're using for your affiliates, then you can lose a lot of your revenue. And we've seen this happen before, and it's only very, very more important now because these things can happen very, very quickly without any notice. And it's very, very scary if you're riding on any single source dependency in your business, whether it's traffic or revenue. So that's a very, very important one for you to understand. Also, if you're single source dependent on one client bringing all of the income in and you lose a client and you're doing, say, B2B with the business, that's single source dependency in revenue as well. And if you lose that client, you lose your business. So it's really important to have a good spread of revenue that you can tap into to ensure the business is more bulletproof as well. Obviously, there's caveats within that, depending on business model and all that sort of stuff, but those are good rules of thumb. Lastly, I want to talk about the last red flag. And this is a red flag that I just don't want to deal with at all. And that's a PBN. So what is a PBN? It's a private blog network. Now, what a private blog network is, it's a network of websites that are linking to one website, which is the one that you're looking at buying, to boost up the SEO rankings and the SEO juice of the website. Now, this is very frowned upon by Google, and I very much back Google that they're one of the biggest businesses in the world, and they're getting very, very good at detecting PBNs and black hat strategies. And I consider this a black hat strategy in SEO. And it's something that I just don't want to touch or go into depth at all. Now, there is a caveat for those of you guys who do understand more about linking and PBNs and stuff like that, and even building links or getting natural links, which is getting links to your site without having to ask for them. If you understand how to build a site without too much reliance on a private blog network, then eventually you can build that site up if you were to purchase it and remove those PBN links, which means you can come out unscathed from Google when they do start to detect these dodgy black hat strategies in SEO. So there you go, guys. That's it for me today. If you're dead set serious about wanting to buy a website business and haven't got my due diligence framework, then what are you doing? Go away and get it. It's free and it's been recognized by many brokers, and some people, actually a few people have interviewed me and said it's so valuable. They actually think I'm nuts for giving it away for free. So go away and get that by clicking the link in description for my due diligence framework.